in a second. Yeah, there we go. Okay, good. I'll raise it up just a little bit. I'm using the bad tripod today. Because, yeah, that's what I'm doing. Do me a favor, guys. Give me a 5x5 or something in the chat. And I'm using the beat up cell phone today. And I'm going to, what is it? What is this? This stupid ass thing. This whole integration between the phones and the computers is all back asswards. So I can't even see any chat at this second, but I'm going to do my very best to discard it. No, I don't want, I didn't make any. Why are you doing this? Okay, discard changes, whatever. I'm tired of fighting with it. Let's see here. We're going to view on YouTube. I'm going to throw you over here so I'm actually looking at you guys, or in your general direction anyway. Let me go ahead and mute that. There we go. So yeah, I'm using the old beat up cell phone, and it looks like things are popping on the chat there. Looks like we've got, I don't know who was in the last one, but hopefully they figured it out. It's Tina's in here. First, Bob beat up. Number 2, Preston. You are deterred. Alrighty then. Canada. Andy's here. Oops is in the house. And I've just decided to do this kind of off the wall live stream a little bit differently than I normally do. So I will try and keep you guys in focus, for lack of better words. I'm really, this is very different than what I normally do. Let me try to adjust this dumb camera. Okay, let's see here. What do we got? Cindy showed up. Good to go. We got Freedom Nugget. Been working on my preps all day today. Well, that's good to hear. How is my sound coming through this camera? I may have to stand up here in a minute because the first live stream. What's up, Loretta? Good to see you. And the first live stream was like, oh, let's do this in 24 hours after I spent 20 minutes setting it up. And you can kind of do like, it's like you can do it half-assed. You can just turn your phone on and then, whatever's. Or you can do it right, and doing it right takes about 15 to 20 minutes to set up. It's pretty ridiculous. But let's see here. We got, everybody's giving me a 5x5, so the sound is good on the phone. Excellent. And the JDM showed up. What's going on, lady? What's going on? All right, dynamite. So, yeah, a little bit of a different camera angle. So basically the camera's here, and my big screen is over. You know what, I can just, this is why I did this, because I can show you things. Make it easier if something comes up that I can move the camera. So it actually is going to come in handy. So, one of the things, and if I die, by the way, this is the old mug, guys. This is the old mug. My girlfriend, my new diet, the O positive blood diet, says that mulberry tea is the best. Mulberry leaf tea is the best tea for me. And so I guess it came in the mail today, and she's like, would you like some tea? And I'm like, oh, why, thank you. I already have a bunch of tea. And that's chai tea, actually. And then she's like, but do you have mulberry tea? And I was like, oh, it came in. Very nice, very nice. So she brought me mulberry tea in my old school local prepper mug. This is the one that I used to sell on my old Teespring. But the other ones, the other mug's better. It'll be here next week. You guys will see it. Mulberry tea smells like black tea, just regular old black tea. It just tastes like hot water. Because I don't put any sugar or anything in it, because I'm trying to stay away from it, so... that's nice of her to bring you tea. Yes, she's my girlfriend for a reason, guys. She's my girlfriend for a reason. Okay, so like I was telling you guys, I really don't have anything scheduled on this live stream. I wanted to touch base on a few things that have to do with the YouTube short that I put out earlier. As usual, YouTube, anything that I put out that is either political or against the New World Order or something like that, it automatically gets flatlined. So I'm not sure what's going to happen on the short side. Normally those kinds, it's got 16 views. So the analytics on it are basically completely flat. It says I have 31 views on it on one piece of software. On the other one it says it's 16. Yeah, you can never tell with these people. It's absolutely crazy. 16 views, 7 likes, supposedly. And I think Cindy was actually asking. I did put a link in the description of that, a link that when you had asked about the ghost video, the one that got flatlined, or should I say, what is it, ghost blocked? Or I always mess that up. Shadow banned. There you go. Yeah, it's YouTube doesn't like when I do political stuff, and so I try to stay away from it because it's in everybody's best interest. But some things need to be talked about. You know, some things are like, you got to say something. You've definitely got to say something. And so, you know, with that YouTube short, it was literally just saying, guys, you know, keep your head on a swivel. I don't know where you are in the world. I'm kind of hoping that this blizzard that is forecasted has shut down these namby-pamby blue tie wearing freaks, and we'll keep them, how shall I say this? We'll keep them home. We'll keep them, they can go on like their own little, I can't go out in the cold lockdown. Because if you guys didn't see that video that I posted in the Discord yesterday about while they were doing the vote for the Speaker of the House, there was a gathering of protesters outside the Supreme Court where they were talking about, oh yeah, we don't want President Trump to be the president, so we're gonna, and it was like they were like panning the camera around. It was like 20 people, and none of them weighed less than 300 pounds. It was kind of interesting, the guy's like, so this just started, right? Yeah. Where's everybody else at? Oh, they're coming. We know they're definitely coming. And that was pretty much the end of the video. I watched the Rhode Island. I got you, Bob. I got you. I know you're going to be in the mix of it. Rhode Island gets nailed. Just watch out for those ice storms. Be prepared, man. I'm behind enemy lines in Illinois. You know, Louisiana. Didn't receive a notification for the short, and I normally do. Yeah, Preston, that's what I'm saying. Guys, do me a favor on your phones right now. I'm curious. All right? Check your phones right now. Okay? That way, I'm not going to go anywhere. Check your phones right now and make sure that your notifications are like turned on. The bell's got the little jing-jings on the side of it. Because I'm kind of curious. If you did not get a notification, put a 1 in the chat, okay? That'll help bring more people in, and also put a 1-1 in the chat if you if you had your notifications turned off, because that's what they're doing now. That's what they're doing, you know. It's on like Donkey Kong. So Bob's notification. His notification. He didn't get a notification, and his notifications were turned off. Let's see. Notifications on for all settings. And oh, by the way, guys, in the Discord, listen, I know, all right, I keep the Discord open all the time, all right. That's it right there. It's got half a screen on the command post, right, on the OP headquarters. So it's got its own dedicated space that never gets turned off. I'm very aware that the Discord has not been seeing as much activity as it used to. And I think that's because people started turning some of the notifications off on him. And that's cool. That's cool. I'm not going to poke any fingers. What I'm going to tell you is that that's my fault. That's my fault because about a month ago, I kind of went crazy with the everything command or everyone command. So I was like blowing your phone up. I was super active, and I get it. But what I'm here to tell you is that it's safe to turn it back on. I have repented. I have seen the errors of my way, and I only use it to like say good morning, or if like, and I've actually combined good mornings into the going live. That way you're getting notified. You know what I'm saying? And then unless it's something like it's super important, because I got rid of the flash channel. You know what I'm saying? Like things like that. So let's see here. We got Tina's in the house. Get Gentrification showed up. Let's see your note. Where are we at here? I'm on my laptop and didn't get a notification. I believe it, Freedom Nugget. Let's see here. The Sword. Loretta's good. Tina Price. I see that I'm not showing as a Yahoo member, but still have access to Discord. Well, Tina, then you need to pay your membership and stop outing yourself like that, because I've got a big heart. You know what I'm saying? I got a big heart. So Why, officer, I know exactly how fast I was going, and you're not going to like it. You're silly, Tina. You're silly. I got you. I got you. Let's see here. Did I read that wrong, Tina? I see that I'm not showing as okay, yeah, but still have access. Yeah, so fix your membership there, Tina. Better get right with Jesus. Where are you gonna be? Where you want to be when Jesus comes? That kind of thing. Okay, so it looks like you guys are smashing that thumbs up button, which I appreciate. I really can't tell. The numbers are never right on the phone. They're never right on the phone, you know. Let's see. My CC got hacked. I can't figure out how to. I got you. Read Joe. I don't know what that is. It's okay. It's okay. I'm normally going to be reading between the lines, but this time it did not happen that way. Let's see. All right. So what I wanted to talk to you about was, staying on point. Yeah, they've completely flatlined my it's stuck at 16 views. It's stuck at 16 views. I'll throw it up in the live towards the end, but we'll see what happens here in a little while. So yesterday, all the people wear the blue ties that are in our Congress. They're absolute liars. 100% liars. They're full of it. They have no intention of changing their ways whatsoever. At all. None whatsoever. Okay? The actual term was used yesterday. So after the way the protocol works, a lot of people tuned out after they elected Johnson as the Speaker of the House. Okay? So the next thing that happens is the gavel gets handed to the minority leader, who he gives a big speech, and in that speech, all he did was tout all of the accomplishments of the last 4 years for the administration, not of the Congress, okay, but of the administration, and just bleh, it was just a bunch of complete throw up, is what it was, you know. It's like, okay, so Hakeem Jeffries hasn't changed his colors. They talk about wanting to work with people, and it was just all blah blah. It was just all lip service, okay? So, and then they turn it over to the speaker and the elected speaker, and then he gave his speech, which basically said, "You're going to get out of our way. We're going to fix this. We want you to be part of the solution, not part of the problem. But these are our main agenda goals." He just flat out, we are not going to stop. This is what's going to happen. And this was expected and appropriate. Now, directly after that, they had to go to what they call the rules, all right, where they all vote on the rules that's like, so these are the rules. Once we break up, we're breaking into teams. It's like flag football. You know what I'm saying? And so now we have to agree on the rules of the game. All right, so you can't touch the flag. You got to grab the flag. It's got to be pulled off to be a tackle. Things like that. But in the House of Representatives, so they start to do the rules thing, and the guys with the blue ties are like, here's the rules, blah blah blah, and it's all been written down. And the left apparently had copies of it, which they should have, which was appropriate. And they were like, arg, we don't like these rules, and we're by the way, we're not going to play. That's exactly what they did. He literally, the person who spoke for the left on the rules said, literally, buckle up, because you have a very minor edge on us here in the House, and we're going to thwart everything that you try to do. That's what he did. That's what they did. And this went on for hours, okay? There were 62 or 63 amendments that were to the rules, and none of them were in the rules package. And so the left was they're just pissed. They're just upset, and they weren't dumb enough to bring out, Queen Purple Hair can't dress myself properly of the east, west, north, and south. This witch that can fly in every direction that they tried to use, a week ago. They brought out one of the other guys who just likes to run his suck. He's a dominant. He's one of the prominent Democrats, so they brought him out, and that's all this was. It was just a big bitch session. It was a big. We're gonna stop you. We're gonna do whatever we want to do. We're gonna make our goals. We haven't forgot anything. Oh, you guys said you wanted to work with us, but then we put this stuff in there, and then you don't want us to do that, and that's not working with us, and so we're gonna take our ball and go home. That's what happened. So if you actually go and find them, and they're actually not easy to find, these amendments, well, actually they are easy to find if you go to the U.S. House of Representatives website, and you see these amendments. These amendments were literally like if I wrote 10 things in this rules clause, and these are the 10 things that are going to guide the rules of the House. They literally wrote 20 or 30 different rules that completely bypass every single one of the rules of the House. Yeah, that's what they did. And then they started screaming bloody murder about, you're not going to touch Medicare, and you're not going to touch Social Security, and we're not going to let you, because we're the heroes, because this is the land of the free, and we're the home of the brave. And they were just standing on top of their soapboxes and screaming as loud as they possibly could about this situation, So it's difficult to believe that there's any thought to working with Republicans, and this will be their battle cry. This will be what we can expect every single day. And for those of you that have forgotten about the 4 years of Donald Trump, the 4 years of his presidency, his first presidency, this was a daily battle, okay, against the craziness of these insane people. I'm not just saying people that have opposite opinions. I'm saying absolute nutbags, okay? Oh, stop coming after our Social Security. We're not coming after Social Security. Show me a document that says we're coming after Social Security. Well, Donald Trump farted last week, and we interpreted that as you're going after Social Security. That's the kind of crap that we're into right now. You know what I'm saying? So what do you guys? Who's chatting over here on the Discord? What did Tina put in? You're saying it should be in this area, right? Let's see here. Community store. Tina, I'm not exactly. You know what, Tina? Hold on a second. Let me send you a direct link. It doesn't look like you're on. It looks like there should be, Tina. There should be a link in this video. I don't know if you can hear me or not, lady. Or am I? It should be. Yeah, that's weird. All right, let me check something here. Video intro. All right, so I'm just gonna copy, open in the web. Let's do this. Okay, so Tina, if you're listening, what you have to do, Tina, let me see if she can hear me. That's the link I sent her. JDM's doing her admin duties. Thank you, lady. I appreciate you. But if she can hear me on the voice, I'll actually show her. Okay, I'm not getting anything. You know what? Here, I've got to get her a video. She's trying to do the right thing here. Video, and let's see here. Delusional. I make too many videos, guys. You guys know that, right? I just make too many videos. Let's see, and I'm going to go to the chat here in a second, so don't think I'm ignoring you. It's just kind of like the thing that I do for members. I just stop what I'm doing and fix this stuff. That way I don't have to do it later. You know what I'm saying? You're welcome. Just earning my keep. JDM is earning her keep. All right, so that's 50 videos deep. Let's see here. Preparedness. Don't throw this out. Okay, what do we got here? Trying to call. You know what? I can like search my stuff. Let's see here. What do we got? What would I name that video? Membership. Is that in there? Membership intro video? No, it's not. That's in July. All right, so did I really do this in July? No, come on, really? Mystery box, threat board, Prepper Nation. Man, I made a lot of freaking videos. I'm listening. Okay, so Tina, here's what you do. You got to go to like any one of my videos, or you can go to my, hold on, let me fire it up. I'm going to show it to you right now. All right, so if you go to any one of my videos, in fact, Expert Exposed Best Channel, no, it's not it. Okay, so I'm actually going to go to my live video. I have to watch my own damn commercial. All right, and then I got to kill the sound when that happens. Come on, you can do this. Hopefully YouTube's not nailing me for my sound here. Okay, so where are we at? And that's the live chat. We're going to turn that off. So if you turn off your live chat, all right, so there it is right there. And then you click on more, okay? And that opens up all this stuff right here. And then you can actually find the links. There's different ways of doing it. So right there, I don't know what there's that link right there that you can use, okay? And then there's also, if you go to the bottom, at the bottom it says join. And if you click that, now you have the options. And obviously, in order to get access to the stuff, you need to be at least a doomsday prepper. At least the doomsday prepper, okay? And then you click the join button. Let me know if that works for you, okay? Let's see. Why do I have all this junk in my... Okay, good. All right, so we're going to do that. All right, so, and that's how you do it. That's how you do it. Let's see. All right, so I need to go back to this. All right, so we are back in the flip. That's why we pay for a membership. We have access to LP, whatever, minus when he sleeps. It's interesting. It's interesting. Okay, so I got to turn. Just in case someone important calls me, I better turn my volume back up. Let's close that. Turn all my stuff back up. All the way back up. There we go. Let's close that out. All right, perfect. So, yeah, that's what was happening in the last 2 days, where these people are just going absolutely nuts and, basically saying whatever the hell they want, I'm on my laptop, didn't get a notification. I believe it. Check your bell, Broseph. Check your bell. That's what it means, to find that little bell thingy. Looks like Ian popped in. What's going on, Broseph? Good to see you. Let's see, Loretta Hughes, all good here. Notifications are on, and we know what the sword. Jesus is coming. Eventually, he'll get here eventually. Let's see here. I see. I'm not showing again. Okay, we talked about all this. No worries. Your CC was hacked. Yes, got everything on the account. Go to his video. Click. Okay, everybody's. If you speculate what might happen before the 6th or 6th, what are you doing to keep your head on a swivel or be ready? Specifically. So that is a great question, Cindy. That is absolutely a great question. And so let's not talk about what could happen between the 6th and the 20th, okay? Because we already know that the stars have been aligned to try and stop him, to stop Captain Redtie no matter what. There's a plan. It's written down someplace. There's a playbook. But we're not allowed to see it, okay? Because that's if for lack of better terms, that's how the devil works, out in the open. But he just doesn't come out and say, this is exactly what I'm going to do, unless he really wants to do that. Anywho, with that said, so what I'm doing is I'm making sure that I have everything that is in place that I would normally. Whether you're a prepper or not, we have a tendency to become complacent, Okay, unless you're in like a place where you can get shot every day, you don't think about that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Some of the steps that I'm taking are that I am becoming more aware of my surroundings than anything else. I think that should be your number one prep, because everything after that is just an add-on. It's just something that is going to get used. Now, you know, hey, when you go to put, so whenever I go out with a girlfriend, I'm hyper vigilant as to what's going on around me. You know, after I open the door and I look around, after I look around before I even open the door, and then she, you know, she sets in the car, she says thank you. I look around again, I close the door, and then I walk around the car from the back, never from the front. Because if somebody hits your car from the back, they could crush you between another car, and that's a bad thing. And then before I physically open my door, I look around again, because at that point my back is turned to the street, or my back is turned in a direction that it wasn't turned before, which can lead people to be opportunistic. And then after I do open the door, I get in the car, I lock the door, and then I look around one more time as I'm putting the keys in the ignition, and I'm gone inside of 45 seconds. I am in motion within 45 seconds. Regardless if the girlfriend puts her seatbelt on, I'm gone in 45 seconds. And I can just tell them to make sure they put their seatbelts on afterwards. So just being more situationally aware is what is required. That is, I would say that should be paramount as to the things that may or may not come now. Now, I'm more situationally aware when I'm in parking lots, walking from the car to the inside. I'm more situationally aware when I am. Oh, Tina made it. There you go. Tina made it, and she's not green, so they remembered where you were, Tina. Welcome, welcome. Let's see. Can I do anything to this? Buy a membership. Go to channel. Remove. Hide. No. All right. No, we're good. We're good. All right, so I'm becoming more hyper vigilant wherever I am. When I stop to get gas, I get out of the car. I look around before I even go to the gas pump, because that's a pinch point between you. You're basically stuck between the gas pump and your vehicle, and you can technically only travel one way with ease, because the gas pump, the hose, is going to stop you from traveling in that opposite direction. So someone is more likely to attack from the side that is not on the side of the gas pump. Also, being aware of blind spots while you are standing there pumping your gas. You know, a lot of gas stations have multiple pumps. Those multiple pumps can observe fields of view. Some gas stations, for instance, the Rofo that I go to, only has pumps all in. So each lane only has one pump on each side, and a lot of other places will put two pumps on each side. And what they've done is they've built up these brick columns in between the pumps. So it's like you pull in, brick column, pump, brick column. So these brick columns obscure your field of view, and they actually get in the way, because you cannot see the other side of the pump, because the pumps are so tall. So anybody could be doing anything they wanted to on the other side of that pump in that other car, and you wouldn't be able to say anything or see anything. So looking over there after I start my pump, you know, just becoming more aware. Now, some people would say that's paranoia. I would say, no, that's just smart. That's just smart. Watch all the videos on YouTube, on TikTok, on whatever, where some gunfight happens at the local gas station. The most carjackings actually happen at gas stations. Okay, so it's important that you're aware of that. It's important that you're aware of that. All right, so I think I talked enough about that. There's other things that I'm doing, but I think that's the smartest course of action. Bradley says, just stopping in. Good day, celebrating Christmas with the family today. So it's Feliz Navidad, Birra Tacos. Got you. Good. You might as well just said you've got a meeting with the family, Bradley. Go to your meeting. There you go. That's why I pay for the membership. Let's see here. It says you have working for my iPhone, logging my computer. Clint says, sorry, I'm late. You're never late. You're never late, bro. You're never late. Let's see here. Yeah, computer. And there are people saying hi. Rose, good morning or good afternoon. Good evening. At 4:30, it's good evening, by the way. 16:30. Chow Hall is open. What I'm doing until Captain Red Tie comes aboard is live in a smaller town full of other red tie wearers, and no one wants to start crap here. Very smart. Very smart. Catitude, shut up. Hello, hello. What do we got here? Yay, you got it to work. I got you. Okay, so let's see. Here's what. Do me a favor, guys. Put a couple things in the chat real quick. I know some of you are on your computer, so it's a little bit easier to do. Put something in the chat, and I will come back and address it immediately. I'm just going to go take this tea and put it in the microwave. It'll take 1 minute to walk. It'll take me 30 seconds to walk there, push the buttons, and walk back, and then I'll have to go get it after that. So put some stuff in the chat here real quick, guys. Put some stuff in the chat. All right, 2 minutes of hot water. What do we got here? Grab all of his stuff and run. What's up, Grumpy? Quick, he's gone. Grab all of his stuff. Stuff in the chat. You're so smart, Preston. Rose says, being a single woman learned long ago to be observant. Only takes one time that could lead to a problem if you're naive about people and surroundings. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I mean, you guys have to follow that. If you guys don't take any situational awareness advice from me, but one, use that 45-second rule in your parking lot, okay? Because the environment is constantly changing. It's constantly changing. You know, a year ago, I did not have 2,000 Dominicans. I'm not joking, and it's not a racial or ethnic thing, but around 2,000 immigrants got dropped off in around this sleepy little town that I'm around. And so the inhabitants of Walmart changed overnight. These guys just coming in with these credit cards that say U.S. government on them and buying the craziest things, okay? Because they've never seen them in their entire lives. All right, so it can instantly change, okay? And unfortunately, what that also brought in some low-level organized crime, where people were getting carjacked at the local Walmart. Never happened ever. This is like Mayberry by the Sea that I'm talking about, okay? And it's never happened before. And so mysteriously it was happened. Then we start seeing cars that are like parking at the edge of the parking lot and with tinted windows that do nothing, okay? And then you start with out-of-state plates. And then if you sit there long enough, you can see another car with another state's plates roll up. And then one guy gets out and then gets into the other car, and then they drive away. And they drive away in different directions. Oh, there's nothing nefarious about that. Yeah, because that really does happen. That did happen, okay? All right, just heard the beep, beep, beep. I'll be right back. I think I poured hot water into that and then put it in the microwave. All right, slackers. So, I guess mulberry tea doesn't like to be microwaved. Does anybody know anything about that? Because I put it in there. It didn't have a staple on it either. It was just one of those regular paper bags that you just throw in the water all by itself. And I nuked it for 2 minutes. And I came back and it was everywhere. Poof. So I don't know what the hell happened. So I'm re-nuking some water or my old tea. So while that's going on, let's see here. Cindy says vigilance here. I also live in a small town of mostly conservative peeps. Safer though, small town, power struggle, good old boys think they're king of the town. Could be insane and a real shtf. It could be, yeah, it could be. But find those good people, make them your friends, you know. Watch and see if anyone might be following you. Let's see here. Good stuff. Learn what transitional spaces are and pay attention. Very true, very true. He got jacked in the kitchen. I do have to go back. And by the way, that tea has got a weird, I don't know. It's not oily. It's almost sticky. So that's the first time I've ever had that tea before. So I did, JD, and that's why it took so damn long. I literally lectured the girlfriend the other day because her son microwaved some ramen noodles and left the mess in the microwave, and it was just like liquid everywhere. So it's like, I got to clean this up right now, you know. Mulberry tea can be a laxative. I read if I probably need to not drink so much of it then. I'm going to go back to my chai tea. All right, guys. I just heard my beeps. Give me 1 minute. You guys have still not put anything. You guys have not put anything in the chat to talk about. So do that now. Quit being slackers. And there's 28 of you in here with only 16 thumbs up. What in the hell is going on here? You have to lead by example. Always. It's what was I going to say to you? Doing the right thing is hard. Doing the right thing when no one is looking is even harder. All right. Pamela LocalPrepper, good to see you. Get ready to see me, like, go get my tea. All right. Put something in the Sean Ryan's latest interview with who? David, with who? Because I'm curious about that. All right, so I was able to pull it off without exploding, and now it's chai tea. All right, let's see here. Sam Shoemate. Sean's in today. Laxatives note for me. Coffee and popcorn. Been called BS. Heard that he was eye-opening. Better get Ryan Macbeth flat out calling Shoemate and Ryan liars. That's true, John. Prepping my truck to take son back to college. What's up, Debbie? Yeah, so I have not seen the video, but that did, I guess, Shoemate is like one of the major like Intel guys on YouTube that apparently I've never heard of before. And he basically called them both liars. Is that what we're talking about here? My message was too long. Now can't edit it. Emergency contact outside of your area for checking in. Yes, that's important as well. What can I say about that? What can I say about emergency contact outside of your area? I think it's important. I think it's important because it's always good to have somebody outside of your area, preferably outside of your state, okay? Because the way that information is being, I want you to remember the time that you were watching like YouTube, okay? And you ended up watching a commercial about your local plumber on YouTube, okay? Or like the car dealership that's just down the road. And you're like, hey, that's a local commercial. How the hell did that happen? Because everything we do is tracked, okay? So it works the same way for information operations. They'll literally tell one group of people or one sect or one state something completely different than you. It's kind of like how they will sell a car. You know, it's okay. So without sounding all crazy here, when you live in a predominantly multicultural neighborhood, you're going to get predominantly multicultural commercials. Okay. If you live in a prominently non-multicultural neighborhood, then you're going to get more of John Smith and Billy Bob and things like that. Get my point? They use the same thing with information and disinformation operations so that they can funnel what they want to use. So it's good to have an emergency contact that is outside of your state that you can bounce ideas off. That's one of the things that I like about our membership program is we actually do that kind of stuff. There's some people, I think Don Tuck throws information on there all the time that I am not seeing any of my feeds. And I'm just like, wow. We get the same thing from Cindy. We get the same thing from Rose. It's just crazy. Catitude. And it's like, okay, no, I haven't heard of that, and I think that I'm pretty well tuned in, but oh, by the way, I'm not, because they're running disinformation campaigns on everybody in specific areas. So, yeah, I think that's a great idea. And now the chat is dead because you guys are listening to me. You're actually listening to me. All right, so ask a question, you'll get an answer. But as far as the whole Sean Ryan interview, I have not watched it, and I have not bothered to watch the other guy tell him that they're a liar. And one of the reasons I have not done that, guys, is because it's very easy to come on YouTube and say that you carry the weight of your former life, and then say that's bullshit. And here's why, and it could be completely true. And I've also, that's right up there with that guy who loves to put like the 4 screens on his YouTube and tell you about how, World War III is coming and listening to radios and recorded messages and beep, 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 beep. You guys know who I'm talking about, okay? Then you got like, what is it like frickin', was it Monkey Works or something like that? Man, I'm glad that guy hasn't come up my stream in forever, because 99% of the stuff coming out of the guy's mouth is total bonk. I saw this aircraft, and this is very strange to see this flying over here. It's because nobody at Stratcom ever said, hey guys, we need to alter our plans for moving this box of monkey wrenches and toilet seats over to Duluth. We got orders to go over to put those in Sacramento. You know what I'm saying? This is out of the ordinary. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Don't even believe a word I'm saying, okay? I just literally try to tell you what I think's going on, what I'm observing, and then using my personal experience to tell you how I feel about it. That's really all I'm doing. It's all complete speculation, and it's dangerous. It's dangerous if people are just like, because you have 1 million viewers on YouTube will not make you right. It doesn't make you right. Okay, showing a couple of pictures of you back in the '80s when you were like you had your little gun and your camis on. Okay, doesn't mean that you're right. It means that you've been someplace. You've done some things. All right. It doesn't mean you're right. So I would just caution you. That's one of the reasons I never do. I just leave like little innuendos, so that people know that I actually have a background, but I don't really like. Let me. You know what? Let me show you something. Oh. I used to drink out of this cup, and then somebody figured out what it really was. Okay. And yes, by the way, the logo was stolen from Raven Gaming's, but that's not what this logo is for. Look it up. You might be surprised. But yeah, I stopped drinking out of that cup because people are like, "Hey man, I know what that is." Anywho, let me go to the chat here real quick. Cybertruck bomber story gets wilder and wilder the more people trying to connect dots that don't exist. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they were in the same unit. No, they weren't. They were on the same base. They were in the 82nd Airborne. Yeah, he was in the 82nd Airborne from this time to this time. Well, they were Special Ops. So 82nd Airborne is in Special Ops. It's like they're trying to connect dots that don't connect. So, let's see here. Pilgrim showed up. What's up, Broseph? Where we said, how safe/unsafe it is to retrofit a generator with 2 male plugs and plug one end into a house outlet and one into the generator. Okay, so Tina, so it's not a matter of safety. It's a matter of common sense and knowledge. All right. One, you need to make sure that your wires are reversed. Okay, if you're going to do that, and you need to understand which one is positive and which one is negative. All right. You also need to have a disconnect between I'm sorry, that's not the right word I'm looking for. You also need to make sure that you turn off your external power, okay? And I don't mean inside the house, outside of the house, okay? Because if the power comes back on while that thing is running, you're going to have a hell of a fire problem, okay? Possibly inside the walls of your house. It can be done, but I do not recommend it. Okay? 100% do not recommend it. All right? If you're going to run a cable someplace, there's no reason why you can't get some kind of 30 amp adapter and then run it into your house so that you have a 30 amp on your generator. You know what I'm saying? And then run the things that you need to run, not your entire house. There's no reason, unless you have like a Generac that's set up for your house, there's no reason to try and run your entire house on a small generator because one, it's not going to do it. Honestly, the only thing you really need to be running on that generator is probably your freezer and your refrigerator. Everything else you should have that. You should be able to have a backup plan for, and it's also cost effective too. So it's not a smart thing to do. Let's see here. Information, analytical speculation. What we got here? Don't you think that we really don't know anything unless we're there to see, touch, and feel the evidence? That you just asked a question inside of a question, so I'm a little bit confused. The lamb's light. Don't you think that we really don't know anything unless we see? I'm sorry, I'm not tracking with you, and I don't want to speculate on what you're actually asking. But yeah, it is something. Let's see, retrofit an extension cord to go into a generator and an indoor outlet. It can be done, yes. Cindy says, and Pastor shut up. What's up, man? Each of us has special insights and experience, so our group shares viewpoints. That is why this group rocks. Don't be afraid to share. One idea could be crucial to others. Exactly. And even if you're crazy, I'll be like, no, I'd never do that. I won't be like, you're crazy. Let's see here on the breaker box on the outside. Let's see here. I put a 110 plug in line on my furnace. There you go. Pilgrim says, I have an election coming Tuesday to install an electrician to install a back feed system. I think that's great, Pilgrim. Like I said, it should be done right. You know, what I've always wanted to do, but I ran out of money. Like I told you guys about my my well pump battery system, my homemade well pump battery backup system, solar backup system. And the whole plan was I had it in my well house. And my well house is actually a pretty good sized building for just a well. Most well houses are just a set of bricks around it. This was like a house. The plan was to, if the power went out, I would literally just unplug my pump, okay, from the outlet that's in the pump house, and plug in from the solar system, from the batteries, and plug it in there, and then I would have no problems. You know what I'm saying? And then the first time my well pump went out, they told me that they wanted to hardwire it, and they wanted to do that because it's a better connection and damages the pump less when it's turned on and off. And I was like, okay, cool. And then I realized that I had no way to do that, no way to jack into it now. You know what I'm saying? So what I want to do is, and it's got its own like little breaker box inside of it. And what I wanted to do is have another one installed and then have the battery power hooked to it, so that all I had to do was turn one off and then turn the other on. And then when the power came back on, I could just go back and reverse the process. And I would always have, my well would always work. You know what I'm saying? You know, and then life happened, and that whole battery, or that whole backup system it went away. It went away, for lack of better words. The solar panels were cheap, and they eventually wore out. The batteries only had so many charges on them because they were all from the dump anyway. You know, I think I still have the charge controller and the inverter. Yeah. Let's see here. I was talking about the news that's floating around about the attacks. Yeah, I mean, it is Lamb's Light. It's hard to believe what any of it said because, you know, the initial reports were from a former FBI, or an FBI agent on the scene saying that this was definitely not a terror attack. You know, and then the FBI itself saying, oh yeah, this was a terrorist attack and there were multiple people involved. And then the next day going, well, it was a terror attack, but only one is involved. You know, we've got video of 3 people in placing it, and then now they only have the video of, they keep showing this snapshot of him walking around, right? But they don't actually show the video of it being emplaced. So it's like, why? You know, and I don't want to speculate. I don't want to be like a tinfoil hatter. Well, they would show us that no, but they're not going to, because the guy, whether we like it or not, okay, well, the guy's dead. Let's say he let's say he survived, right? He would still have the right to a fair trial. That's the American way, right? So the FBI can't be putting the entire case out on the interwebs, on the worldwide, you know, facsimile machine, so that you know, people could have an opinion. That way he could never get a fair trial. You know what I'm saying? Then you get a chance to walk away. You know, the FBI did it as usual. Well, the FBI can't be trusted. It's just unfortunate but true. Let's see here. I can't put my family at risk. Let's see here. Bubble wrap on wine windows that have air conditioner works awesome. Awesome. Ashes from woodpile to put out on ice. I'm ready. Oh, I got you, Debbie. I got you. So you put the bubble wrap in your windows. There you go. Nice. Nice. All right. So what else we got, guys? Let's see. How long have we been... I don't know if I can tell how long. I got to go to... Let me see here. Push this button over here. It'll tell me some things. I'm going to click that one over there. Let's see if it actually like tells me. I'm not sure. 56 minutes. We've been live streaming for 56 minutes. We're doing pretty good here. All right, let's see. Bubble wrap. You're not putting anything in the chat, so I've got nothing to talk about. But, you know, it's difficult. I try not to speculate on things because here's the thing, guys. In a week, unless, you know, Captain Red Tie plans on to he's made verbal statements as to what his plan is for this situation, we really do have bigger fish to fry. And I think that not only does the intelligence community, but the Homeland Security, which pretty much everything authoritative falls under, I think Homeland Security needs to be broke up. I think there's a plan to break that up. The Secretary, or what is it? The Secret Service was under Treasury for years, and then they put it under Homeland Security, all under the guise that there was going to be they had to do information sharing, and that was the only way that was possible, and that's bull. That's total bull. Okay. Let's see. Opinions for January 6th. Rose, it's really difficult. Unfortunately, all right. So, and listen to me, and I want everybody to take this with a grain of salt, because I'm literally compiling this information in my head right now. The little supercomputer that is LP is fired up and spinning. I'm surprised there's not smoke everywhere and you can't see anything. So, based on the organizational skills that you saw from the first January 6th, and that was done all online, that was all done all word of mouth, that was done out in the open, and via lots of organizations. I won't say militia groups. I just got a red flag there, but that's okay, because that's not what we're talking about. What I will say is that the people who wear red ties are awful organizers. They're absolutely awful organizers. They don't stick together. They all have their own personal opinion, and most of it's just based on who has the tallest soapbox to stand on. You know what I'm saying? It's right up there with that 1 million followers. Just because they say it doesn't mean it's true. So people that wear the red ties are awful at organizations and organizational skills. Yet somehow on J6 there were hundreds of people there, probably more. I don't know. I was not there. My cell phone was definitely not there. Otherwise, somebody had knocked on my door by now. But like I said, I wasn't there. I was watching it on YouTube. With our minimal ability to stick together on a single cause, and with our inability to organize effectively, if we flip that coin, think about the left. Think about the Soros-funded organizations. Think about all of that money pouring in. And think about how quiet they've been about this whole thing. Okay? Think about they have their own social media now. Blue Sky or something like that. Start to compile all of these information, this information, and ask yourself, could another J6 happen, but this time they're all wearing blue ties, and they're all angry, and they're all paid for, could piles of bricks be stacked at certain corners? Yeah, I mean, there's a game plan. We've all seen it. We've all seen how they do this, how all of the funded organizations all of the buses already be rented. You know what I'm saying? We've already seen this game. And so we know exactly how it will play out if it does play out. Okay? Do me a favor, guys. We need to boost the analytics. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree with what I just said. If you agree with what I just said, put a 1 in the chat. Do it a couple of times. Do the heart thing, whatever it is. Here, I'm going to do the 100% thing. 100%, I'm going to be clicking that like crazy. You guys can see my finger. Click, 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 click. And heart. We're blowing up the algorithm right now. We're letting people know. We're letting YouTube know that, we're here. That's what's happening. And it does help because what happens is there's something called a chat rate. And we're at chat rate 1 right now. And that's like the lowest. And hopefully the numbers will change and that will draw more people to the algorithm. Anyway, so that's how I play that scenario out in my head. Now, with that said, now you dig into some more nefarious things. And I saw somebody put something else in the chat earlier that I want to talk about. We'll do that, okay? So I have not forgotten about you. If you put something in right after that first, what do you think about this? So let's play it out. Let's play it out. And like I said, you know, you have tertiary, also known as third order effects. If this happens, this happens, this happens, so on and so forth. And they branch out into the way things go down, you know. So let's say that that is something that's possibly organized. Okay. Now we know that there will be that the based off of the events this last weekend, that security will be heightened. Okay, we know that. We know that they'll probably bring in the National Guard. They'll probably put the fences back up just to funnel people in. Okay, but if we speak more nefarious, because that would be the smart thing to do. That would be the sergeant at arms and the speakers of the House responsibility to do. Okay. You know, the security of the Capitol is the responsibility of the Speaker of the House, which is why we had so many problems with the Pelosi thing. We found out eventually she knew exactly what she was doing. She knew what was going on. What's up, MJ? Good to see you, bro. So thinking, going down that path, you know, why isn't this side of the city fenced up? Why does this side of DC not have anything but a cop car with lights parked on a sidewalk? You see what I'm saying? Basically opening doors, opening windows for the bad guys to come in. And then you know damn well the bad guys aren't going to be like, oh, we need to figure out a way, and oh, look, there's that big opening. No. Oh, by the way, if you guys want to come in, come on over to the east side, because there's nothing there. Bye-bye. Okay? That's the nefarious stuff right there. That's speculation. Okay? But that's the way I would do it. That's the way I would do it if I wanted to cause hate and discontent or a riot or whatever it may be. You know, and then they would do it, you know, all in the name of America. We have to save America. That's how they would do it. You know, because I mean, that's some of the stuff that some of the instigators tried, and I think that once all the pieces are in place for the Senate, the House, and the presidency, that some heads are going to roll. Some heads are going to roll, and they're going to be like, this is how you do it in the Soviet Union. They've already started talking that way, okay? What was it? Who's the chick who was a part of the House that was on the committee, the J6 committee, that basically is a commie? You know, her father was in the Senate or the House or the Senate for years, forever, and you know, he's the only Navy pilot to ever have destroyed 5 military aircraft, and somehow he was still, you know, serving in Congress. Yes, Cheney. Thank you very much, LocalPrepper. So yeah, she's running her suck out on X, and trying to tell Donald Trump about how, you know, great she is because she got a medal for doing nothing. And it's funny too, if you were to watch the actual her receiving the medal, okay. I think it was like the Citizen Medal of something like that, okay? But I don't think it was the Medal of Freedom, because that is the highest medal, I think, anyway. But she was just like, she did not want to be there. She was a complete pawn. He like held her hand and kept her there. She tried to move away from him. He pulled her in closer. She got to the point where she was just standing there, where she no longer, like, she wanted to take it and go. You know, she didn't want anything to do with that medal or that, because she knows now that she's a target. That now the people who wear blue ties and work nefariously own her. Okay, and that's not what she wanted. You know, you know, I think that the way they're talking, the things that I'm hearing through multiple media sources, is that literally within hours of Captain Red Tie being sworn in, that executive orders are going to start flying out there faster than a Mod Deuce machine gun can spit fire and destroy things. And I think that what's going to happen is, and it'll be very public too. Okay, basically investigations of this, instant releases of that, the release of the J6 people immediately. You know what I'm saying? And then I think they actually have a tertiary plan to make sure that this all happens, specifically with the J6 detainees who've never seen a lawyer, who've never seen a judge. Okay, and I think that the government is going to be paying them a lot of damn money, not to shut them up, but to pay for their lawyers. You know, it's going to be dirty, and all of the information is going to get released. Everything about the J6 committee that's been hidden is going to get released. The people who, there's going to be a protocol of, a true investigation of, okay, we know that all of the text messages from January 6th are missing or were deleted or lost on the Secret Service side because they were in the middle of a transition of these systems, supposedly. But these are text messages, okay? The phone companies have a record of them, by the way. So I think what's going to happen is that it's literally going to be, okay, I've already said that Joe Schmo is doing the investigation, and he's been tasked with finding this out, and their methodology is going to be very simple. It's very much like the military does their investigations into bad things that may have happened. For court-martial, they appoint somebody to do it. They put it on paper. They say, you're now charged, and you keep me updated, okay? Do your investigations. I can't have anything to do with it, and so be it. And then you come back with me with your results. And this guy's going to be like, roger that, sir. And he's going to go like, okay, so you're a button pusher. Who ordered you to do this? Oh, and if you lied to me, those are federal charges. Instantly federal charges. I need a lawyer. No, okay, if you want to get a lawyer, that's fine. But I still want you to tell me right now. And if he decides to lawyer up, then you just move up to his boss. And you just keep going up the chain. Sooner or later, you're going to find a weak link. Okay? And when you do, the whole thing's going to fall. And then you go back to him and you say, listen, bros, we've already talked to the third level boss. And they're saying you did this. So you got to tell me a different story. And then it's all going to fall apart. It's going to all fall apart very, very fast. Okay? I think that's what we're looking at. I think that's what we're looking at as far as the investigations. Now, the left is going to be like, well, you told us that you're not gonna be vindictive and come after us. It's like, no, I didn't. I told you that we're going to follow the rule of law. The law appears to have been violated here. We're investigating to see if it's been violated, and if so, we're going to prosecute to the fullest extent of the law the people who have violated it. So all these people that think that they're going to be riding the coattails of the blue ties that still have positions, they're very mistaken. They're very mistaken. I think we're going to start seeing a lot of people that are going to be Hillaried, and not because of Hillary, but because of the global intelligence community. When people start getting put in jail, okay, it's a game changer. It's a total game changer. Okay? When people start showing up in these guys who have these big offices and saying, hey, we're going to talk to you, and if you don't want to talk to us and you want to lawyer up, that's fine, but go ahead and give me your badge and go ahead and give me your login or your you IT, Joe Schmo and IT. Listen, this is so-and-so. I have a court order. I'm going to bring it to you right now, but do me a favor. I want you to lock this account for me right now. You are now being ordered to lock this account right now. Do you understand? Yes, I do, sir. Okay, good to go. And then someone's going to walk down to IT with the actual court order that says to do this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the only way to shut these people down. People in the government, they have a tendency to keep their paws in things. You know what I'm saying? Give me your government phone because I don't need you calling, the director of Central Intelligence and saying, John, you got to save me. Because John wasn't dumb enough to give you his personal phone number to put in your personal phone because then it links back to him. It's called culpability. So, yeah, that's you see what I'm saying? We start going down that rabbit hole, and some of this stuff doesn't seem so rabbit holey, does it? It seems kind of like, oh no, you know. Well, let's see here. Brandon said he wouldn't pardon Hunter. Exactly. All right, so let's go, and I'm going to find that other question. West Virginia Pappy said, what about the judge waiting to sentence Captain Red Tie on the 10th? Yes, I saw that. I don't think they're dumb enough to try and trap him. I don't think they're dumb enough to do that. But I think what they're going for is, like I said, it's all about the third order and tertiary effects. All right, so right now you have somebody who is, they're trying to strengthen, okay, because you've got that little dweeb in the House who says that he's going to, try to do, what is it, the 14th Amendment or 25th Amendment, something? I think it's the 14th Amendment. He's going to try to do that on day one or right after Captain Red Tie is sworn in to say that he can't hold office. And get rid of him, you know what I'm saying? We've all seen the video where they're like, and this could be civil war, blah, 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 you know what I'm saying? And I think what they're doing is that whole, well, he's a felon, he can't do that, and nobody's buying any of this stuff. Nobody's like, oh, you're right, he can't. The rules say he can't, but it doesn't, okay? So they realize that they can't play the whole treason game, so now what they're doing is they're trying to use go a different avenue. Now, if he's sentenced to no matter what it is, then it's all been finalized, okay? Until it goes into Court of Appeals, right? Which will obviously be overturned. If they're literally just trying to shore up the information that they need so they can regurgitate it on the House floor when they try to stop him from being nominated or from being confirmed. That's when this is going to happen. So J6 could be a huge thing. It could be a huge thing. You know what I'm saying? And then they can try and do this anytime they want to. In my mind, I think that they're just going to keep trying to do it over and over. I think that what they'll do is they'll try to bring something before the House like every single day to try and stop his activities. Which is exactly why on day one they have so many of these executive orders lined up for signature already. They're not even have to print them out. They're just going to have them ready. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Let's see here. I'm sure NSA has copies of text messages. Oh yeah, exactly. Remember that giant, all those data farms that they were building in the early 2000s? Let's see here. Oops says, no physical evidence, only her saying in an over 30-year-old case BS. I don't know what that means, Oops. I need some more background on that. They're going to try that on Monday. Yes, exactly. What's that? So Monday's the 6th, right? There you go. Yeah, they're going to try that on, I think they'll try that on Monday as well. I believe they will try it on Monday. But I mean, we'll see what happens. We'll see what Dawn says, I feel like Dexter wrapping these ribs from a few weeks ago. Unwrapping. I guess he had some frozen ribs. Or no, he was probably aging some meat. Let me ask him. Aging meat. I'm asking him. It's on the Discord. If you're not a member, you don't know. Ha ha ha. Let's see here. For sure. Oops. There you go. Okay. So right now we've got nothing. Let's see here. Rose says Nola. I really hate that because I'm like, what is that? And then I have to say it's New Orleans. Was aware of security issues, should have police cars crossing the road to block the road and bring in garbage or cement trucks, something heavy to block the road. Just imagine the look. Oh yeah. It's an issue. And I just saw Grumpy has a question here too. I'll take care of that here in a second. They dropped the ball on this completely. And they're their mentality is we'll just deflect with, well, we had a plan, but they beat us. You know what I'm saying? Some dude who had the ability to rent a vehicle, fill it full of gas cans and fireworks. Some dude, right? You know, and we need to be careful with this whole IED or bomb making material crap, because you have stuff in your house right now that you can make go boom. All right, if you know how to do it. So they're very quick to put that out in the news to make things bigger. That, you know, it's like, oh, we found 35 pounds of Syntex in his house. Now that's a different story. Okay. You know, that's a completely different story. All right, so West Virginia Grumpy says, from Grumpy Acre Farms. If you guys don't know it, he's got a YouTube channel. Make sure you follow him. He gave a great class on communications last week. Do you think it's about time we start calling the billionaire donor class oligarchs? I don't think it matters, man. Name calling, you know, we learned as children that name calling means nothing, okay? And the billionaire donor class, I think what we need to do is get donors out of politics. I think that we need to get the what do they call the lawyers that try to mess with politics for better companies? There's a name for it. I can't remember what it is. We need to get those guys out of politics. We need to make it illegal. We need to make it so that no single American citizen can donate more than $1,000. Okay. Yes, we need to get rid of super PACs. We need to get all of the money out of politics. Okay. With today's social media, if you have a social media account, you can say whatever you want to say instantly to all the people. It can be shared, you know, I mean, unless the algorithm wants to shut you down, okay? You can get yourself on TV. You can pay for all this stuff. Now, this also means that the people that, because all of it, obviously our social media is controlled by the left, that only the people who already have lots of money can probably do it, like a Donald Trump, that kind of thing. You know, there's downfalls to every approach when we start talking about money in politics. But I think that there's more good that comes from not having all of this money in politics than not. Johnny Appleseed, good to see you, bro. Good to see you. If you're not a subscriber, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. You know, there's also all political donations should be visible. Well, they are, unless they're a super PAC, and then you got to go to a different website to find that super PAC. And then what they do is they layer it, so people don't dig unless you really want to find it. They don't dig, so it's like, this is the organization, right? And then that organization is funded by this organization, and that organization is funded by these 3 other organizations, and then they just throw their money in there, and then it all makes its way back up to the super PAC. It's crazy. So something to think about. But yeah, I think we need to get all of the money out of politics, you know, like I said, and if it means you're the only you have enough money, if you're one of those people who only has enough money to run for election to be a president, then so be it. Because if you're a dirtbag, we can single you out pretty quickly. You know, Pastor says politicians have to pass legislation to reduce political donations from lobbyists, corporations, etc. That will never happen. Politicians can't regulate themselves. I don't know that that'll never happen. What I will say is that I hope it does happen. But we're in a new generation now where people are like paying attention. There are enough organizations that are set up to keep an eye on these people, and they have a big enough platform that when they do spot something that is nefarious, wrong, evil, bad, illegal, then they instantly post it all over social media. So let's see here. The IRS digs deep. They should always dig deep. The IRS digs deep. Yeah, I mean, I think it's great. Man. Let's see here. How is your poor politician supported to become a multimillionaire if they can be in the game for life. Well, yeah, I'm not. I am not. If a politician makes $175,000 a year and he puts it into the stock market or has a portfolio or whatever, and none of those items have anything to do with anything in Congress, I don't have a problem with it. People hit it lucky. It's like those people who got in on Bitcoin in the very beginning. Everybody said, no, that'll never do anything. And now they're multi-billionaires. So I don't think that that's an issue. I do think that while someone is holding office, that they should be precluded from the stock market, regardless of their current or prime. Well, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say take everything out. But I would say that they should stay out of the stock market, because then all you have to do is worry about them trying to promote their own stock, but that would be visible within the government, you know. Ghetto, what's going on, Broseph? Boop. All right, let's see here. Johnny Appleseed says nothing. What's the difference between the IRS and parcologist? Are you talking? Do you want a rectal exam? Is that parcologist? I don't know what a parcologist is. Is this a real word, or did you just screw up? What's a parcologist? I gotta Google that shit right now. Parcologist. You got a psychologist, but nothing's coming up for parcologist. It's a protologist? What the hell's a protologist? Let's see here. Protologist. A proctologist. I got you, man. That's all right, man. It's not a big deal. I just figured I'd look it up, man. It's word of the day. What should be held at the same standards as president in business dealings? Absolutely, 100%. Grumpy saying LP says it. Politicians aren't getting rich through smart investing unless you count insider trading as smart investing. 100%. 100%. Johnny says, I'm responding with nothing. Let's see here. It is what it is, man. That's right up there with like, you doing the voice to text, or it's like send a text to Johnny. I'm at, what is it? I'm at the rear of the building. And then when it goes out, I'm near your rectum or something. I don't know, man. All right, so we figured out what that meat issue was. Don says, no, I bought 47 pounds standing roast. That's not 47 pounds. 47, and cut them into 12 2.5 pound roasts for the cold days like this, so I can run the oven efficiently. Gotcha. I gotcha. All right, cool. Good stuff, Don. Good stuff. Just let him know we're talking about him in the live. All right, let's see here. IRS equals proctologist. It's the same. That's true, man. Let's see here. Ghetto, I wonder if anyone would run for office if the pay was minimum wage. I know, right? I talk about it from time to time, but there are no more statesmen left. And I don't mean that as a sexist thing, but, it used to be that the people who were in our government at the highest levels of power didn't want to be there. They were there. They believed in their country. They loved their country. And they were there long enough to get things right, and then they would move on. They would, you don't know how many times Thomas Jefferson was in and out of the military, was in and out of the government, going back to being a farmer, you know what I'm saying, running his farm. And then like, we need you back, man. And there he was, and that's the kind of people that we need now. We don't need these people. We have no need for a career politician at all. If you believe that we have no need for a career politician in our government, put a 1 in the chat, please. It will help with the algorithm, and you get to interact, and you'll verify that I'm right, as usual. Oh, let's see here. The position of Congress or House was not to be your yearly salary, but to do the job and go home. Exactly, 100%. Ghetto just as bad as the center and right coast, I think, brother. Yeah, true. Ghetto says, I'm sorry. Congress should be paid their state's median income, thus raising the state's wages. That's interesting. I think that Congress should be paid. People that are in Congress should be paid by their states. Throw that one in a basket. If you guys think that members of Congress, either House or Senate, should be paid by their states, put a 1 in the chat. No, put a 2 in the chat. Put a 2 in the chat. Let's see here. What degree do you get in college to become a politician? Well, that's a political science. Political science. Grumpy says, make the polls work for tips. Never mind, they already do. What do we got here? Public servants should be voluntary, no pay, no lobbyists, no trading. I don't believe that. I don't believe that, Johnny. And the reason is because being a public servant, particularly in government, normally requires you to maintain 2 lifestyles, and sometimes even requires you to maintain 2 households. And so we're literally asking people to do like, oh, we know you want to do the job, but you got to pay for it yourself. Yeah, so that's not going to work. And I know that to be 100% true because I actually know one of my state representatives. He's no longer a representative anymore in the state legislature. But it was pretty insane, just him going, spending his time up in Raleigh at the Capitol and have to live up there with his wife, and then maintaining his home, his household for his kids and so on, back down in the area that I live in from time to time, that kind of thing. And they get paid nothing. These state representatives, they get paid almost nothing. Let's see, your political science and liberal arts degrees to be a politician. Liberal arts, I think that's funny. Liberal arts is, I can't commit to anything. You're a loser. Let's see, unless you follow up with something. I didn't mean that like to be mean. So pay them piece rate, only paid when bill passes. Yeah. DC household should be a dormitory for the boys or girls. No peep. Grumpy says, I'm torn. I see a benefit in politicians that has worked in the system a long time. Problems comes when they forget they are servants and not the master. Yeah, see, I get what you're saying, Grumpy. I get what you're saying. But, you hear the stories about freshman senators and representatives who are sleeping on cots in their offices. Yeah. So it can be done. It can be done. I don't think dormitories are smart because I think then they start to kind of get in their own little clique, and then you'll have to have a blue dormitory and a red dormitory, and then there could be like fights and panty raids, barracks drama. That's what this would cause. Your idea causes barracks drama. If you guys don't know what that is, you don't know. Let's see. I think that where are we at here? Benefits long time. The benefits of people who have been in office a long time, I don't agree. And the reason I don't agree is because one would logically think that if you had somebody who'd done something for 20 or 30 years, they would be really freaking good at it. And all they really learn is how the system works. Now, there's something in our government called I want to say the proletariat. But I may be wrong. And these are the people who know the rules of the Congress. Okay, they're the ones that are handing pieces of paper to the people who are holding gavels and what to say. Okay, so their purpose is that that doesn't seem right. That doesn't seem right. Proletariat. Proletariat, workers or working class people regarded collectively, often used. That's Marxist. That's proletariat. That's not right. That's not right. Somebody put in the chat what the name of it is. Damn it. They're actually like the historians, and they basically tell them what to say according to this and according to that. They know all of the rules when somebody when when one of the speakers, when somebody is speaking and they reach back and the guy's like, that those are those people. They're telling him what they can do. Now, you should run for Congress or Governor Grumpy. Governor Grumpy. I like the sound of that. It just rolls off the tongue. Governor Grumpy. God, what is the name of that? Members of governments that advise on the rules. All right, that's legislative. That's not right. Rules of Congress. Rules in Congress determines the rules and procedures. Enacted law. Damn it! I wish I knew what it is. It's definitely not the proletariat, because that's part of Marxism. But anyway, so yeah, they've always got them to fall back on, and they all have their staffers. Their staffers, they look like 20-somethings that just got out of college, but they're actually basically the masters of the rules that guide them. They're their senior advisors, basically. You know what I'm saying? Because they've actually like run the halls on their internship, and they've interned under Supreme Court Justice this and that, and they've worked for Congressman so and so, and now they're being paid. So they know these rules. So there's no reason for anybody to ever spend 30 years in Congress, because I don't know of anybody who's actually spent that amount of time in Congress that has actually done any good. Like you can find a law that they wrote and sponsored and that it actually did something really, really good. 30 years. I think, what do we get? 50 years out of Captain JoJo? You know what I'm saying? Or Uncle Jojo? The parliamentary. Thank you, West Virginia Pappy. Thank you for looking that up or knowing it. The parliamentary. And I'm going to... The parliamentary. Where do we got here? Related to enacting the suit of parliament? No. What is the parliamentary and simple? What is parliamentary? It's document government form of government, greatest representation of the parliament forms. No, that's not it. That's just verbs. What does the parliamentary do in Congress? The office of the parliamentarian in the House of Representatives is responsible for ensuring consistency in parliamentary analysis. This is done by applying relevant procedure to each procedural question. The parliamentarian also publishes precedents to promote transparency. So we don't need people. Sorry, bro, but we don't need people to be in Congress for 30 frickin' years. It's unnecessary. Grumpy, what politicians don't have skeletons? What human being doesn't have skeletons? That's my thing. We have a skeleton in our closet, just different levels. Let's see. Billy King, what's up, bro? LP, it's fixing to get cold. Yes, it is. It is definitely fixing to get cold. The snow is supposed to be here on Monday at midnight. So we're just going to get the touch of it. But we are getting all sorts of crazy warnings for you're all going to die. Your buttholes are going to freeze up and you'll never be able to poop again. You know, fly south. Where are we at here? One good example is Strom Thurmond. There's some controversy around that. Let me say here, Strom Thurmond. All right, so Strom Thurmond, the Thurmond filibuster. That's what he's notorious for on Wikipedia. Let's see here. Does Strom Thurmond oppose civil rights? Strom Thurmond, the United States Senator for South Carolina, remarked that the civil rights be constituted a cruel and unusual punishment. Civil rights would be constituted as a... wait a minute. Wasn't Strom Thurmond the KKK guy? Or are you saying the longest serving guy? Speaking a total of 24 hours... in an unsuccessful attempt to prevent a bill's passage, Thurmond filibustered the bill, speaking for a total of 24 hours and 18 minutes, the longest filibuster ever conducted by a single senator. J6 canceled due to snowstorm. Yes, yes. He was in Congress for a long time. He was born in 1902 and he died in 2003. Polar vortex, maybe 4 to 7 inches. Won't hold my breath. 4 to 7 inches. Come on, man. If you live someplace that it's cold, who cares? Get your snow shovel out. Stop your crying. Let's see here. I'm not wearing my glasses. Let's see. My butthole shall never freeze up. Let's see here. No, the KK guy was Robert. There you go, Robert Byrd. That's right. That's right. Let's see. But Strom was a Robert Byrd, preceded by Robert Byrd. Oh, Jesus. So Strom was a Democrat until 1964, and then was a Republican from 1964 until he got out. He was also a major general in the Army. He was part of the World War II Normandy campaign, Legion of Merit, Bronze Star with Valor, Purple Heart, World War II Victory Medal, European, African, Middle Eastern Campaign Medal, Order of the Crown from Belgium, the Croix de Grue, it's spelled Croix, but it's Croix, the de Grue from France. So he was also a circuit judge. This guy was very well accomplished. I should probably know more about this guy. All right, let's see. Not crying, just waiting to see how accurate the weather guy is. I got you, Rose. I got you. Be prepared. You should be prepared. All right, let's see here. Grumpy is shipping containers 2025. Is Grumpy for shipping containers 2025. Let's see here. Don't wear my glasses. Love how they changed the terms and names of all these storms. Never heard of half of them growing up. I see Grumpy Vortex coming our way next week from a farm in Canada. My concerns is the ice, and that is we're expecting up 2 points. Yeah, ice is always extremely dangerous. Just plan to be home. Just plan to stay home no matter what. I mean, if it's that dangerous, there's no reason to try to get anybody, doing anything out there. Just dangerous. When we start talking about ice too, guys, and preparedness, do you have your bags of salt? You probably need some bags of salt. We're joined, but I'm still working on the house before we get 23 inches of snow. Don says he's working on his house. Oh, that's pretty smart. That's pretty smart. He went and got a bunch of moving blankets and got them stapled up in front of his windows on the inside. It'll keep all the cold in, or keep the cold out. The only real reason to shelter in place. Exactly. Don't go outside when it's dangerous. It's not smart. You should be prepared to be inside. Pilgrim says, time to eat. Have a good night, everybody. Talk to you later, Pilgrim. We'll talk to you later, man. You know what? I need to update this. Let's throw this right there, and then we'll have that open, and then so I can see what I'm looking at. And that will be 25. All right, so that's not bad. 25 thumbs up, 24 people in here, whatever it may be. Do me a favor, guys, put something in the chat, and we shall continue. If not, I will shut this sucker down. My tea's still warm. Tina says, yep, all stocked up on snow. As long as no trees come down to take the lines down, we are good. Can sustain without power, but not want to. Yeah, exactly. Stocked on salt. There you go. Good. Yeah, a lot of people forget about that. I don't know why. When I lived in the north, I'm only in Virginia now. I'm on the Eastern Shore. I'd be very surprised if it even snows here. But you go an hour north of here, it may get pretty nasty. Let's see here. Freeze dried versus dehydrated. I know, right? Grumpy's ears just went. I think it is all about form and function. Okay, now here's why. If you're talking about long term, 20 years or more, that kind of thing. Freeze dried. Go down the route. If you plan on making that your bulk, buy yourself a freeze dryer. Get it on a payment plan. You'll be able to pay it off in 10 or 20 years or something like that. I don't know. Probably less. You could probably do double payments and pay it off in a couple years. But definitely freeze dried. Don't buy a small one. Buy a large one. Don't screw around. It's like, well, I'll buy a medium sized one, man. If you're gonna finance $3,000, you might as well go with the large one. Okay. Anyway, and then actually put effort into it and do it. But by the way, guys, tried stuff. You can always go to Grumpy Acres website. Hold on a second here. UMPYACRES, Grumpy Acres Homestead. There we go. Grumpy Acres Homestead, waterfowl, poultry, game birds. This doesn't look right. That's not the right logo. I think there's more than one. Oh, come on, man. I don't care about what Google says. Come here, you. What is the sun fire? There we go. Grumpy Acres Sun Oven. Hey, Grumpy, you got your Sun Oven on your front page now? Because it's going right to Sun Oven. I don't know what this is about. This is all. It goes straight to Sun Oven. No, that's not right. That's not right. By the way, you guys can go. You can do Grumpy Acres NC Homestead. You know what? I'm going to go to their YouTube page, and we probably got a website on there. Let's see here. Join as a Grumpy affiliate. J Spot. Grumpy Acres Farm merch. Is it really? Did I just send to? I got just sent to a merch store. I don't want to do merch. I don't want to do merch. I want them to buy your freeze-dried food. Grumpy Acres Farm, non-homestead. Grumpy Acres Farm. Where are we at here? Grumpy Acres Farm on YouTube. Bonfire. You're killing me, man. I got frickin' merch. Hold on a second here. Hold on a second here. What's this store? He's got the store link to it? No, that's a merch store. I'll just go to his last video. Grumpy Acres Merch LLC. All right, let's see here. GrumpyAcresFarm.com. There it is. I finded it. I'm trying to get it for you guys. Put it in the there. There we go. Contact my account. Acres. Shop now. We're just gonna put the basic one. So yeah, if you guys want to buy freeze-dried food, go there and buy it. It's some of the best in the world. Not a joke. Freeze-dried versus dehydrated. Now listen. So you can freeze-dry some fruits. You can freeze-dry some things that will not have the same consistency or texture when you rehydrate them. So a lot of people will dehydrate them. The classic example, if you buy any of the 72-hour or long-term, you're giving warm fuzzies about online marketing. Go there now, you'll die. So the big thing is strawberries and bananas. You can freeze dry them and you can eat them freeze dried. They taste fine, but when you try to rehydrate them, not so much. It's not so great. Which is if you go to all of the big companies where they're like they'll literally say on their box, like if they have all these different pieces in like meats and cheese or whatever they're dehydrating or freeze drying, right? They'll throw in like the banana chips, right? So the banana chips are always dehydrated and not freeze dried in these kits, and they'll put on their like around 20-year shelf life. You know what I'm saying? There's just you lose some stuff, you know. What is it? What was it? Grumpy, do you sell freeze-dried Twinkies? Oh, I just found you a market, bro. Good job. Anyway, so that's the real big thing, to be honest with you. That's the real big thing. Because you can freeze-dry a lot of things, but just remember that, you know, because something's freeze-dried doesn't mean that it's better. It just means it's going to last longer because all the oil's been taken out of it. But it does retain all of its nutritional value. And then with the dehydrators, they'll take, most of the time they take less time, I think, to actually get a product. But then what do you do with it? You know what I'm saying? Dehydrators are basically good for like snacks. You know what I'm saying? That would be the thing versus long-term storage is what it comes down to. I don't think that there is a relevant nutritional difference between freeze-dried and dehydrated. Some dehydrated foods will lose some of their nutritional value, but I think it's based on the time that they got to cook. So, and Grumpy, please feel free to square me away if I'm saying something wrong, because this is an educational channel, by the way, if you guys didn't know that. All right, let's see here. Where are we at here, Grumpy? Sweet or not? Grumpy, do you sell freeze-dried Twinkies? Would you freeze-dry Twinkies last 1,000,000 years? Freeze-dried berries and banana are good in a bowl of cereal or in smoothie. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Just once again, you need to make sure you have enough water to reconstitute them. I earned that when I actually worked for My Patriot Supply. A lot of people don't know that. Hey, if you knew that I was on HBO, put a 1 in the chat. If you did not, put a number 2 in the chat. Just found that Harvest Ride has 9 trays, and it's on rollers. I buy freeze-dried ice cream sandwiches, or freeze-dried ice cream is delicious. Yeah, a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people, I had the HBO try to play a game with me, and it didn't work out for them, and it did like no damage for me. Let's see. Let me see if I can find here. HBO. It's damn it. I'm trying to remember the name of the show. It may not even be a show anymore. So there's this this female lesbian, black lesbian comedian, and I was actually on her show on the, it was like the first or second episode of her second season. She's reasonably funny, but as time goes on, you can see that they're just race baiting people, and it was all, and right off the bat, it's I'm trying to freaking hear HBO Righteous Gemstones. It's hard to find because, and it's actually behind a paywall, or it was behind a paywall. LP is on HBO. Yes, Ian, I was on HBO. I've never seen dehydrated Skittles. I don't know. Hey, Grumpy, is that even possible? There's so much oil in them. I don't even know if that's possible. Damn it. What was her? I'm going to go with HBO comedians. Maybe I can find like a list of HBO comedians. Chris Rock, D.L. Hughley. No, these are all the big guys. You know what? Okay, I'm just going to have to get a little more descriptive. There you go, Sam J. Her name is Sam J. And where's that here? HBO. It's going to be on HBO. And I can't even show it to you either because Sam J. Because I'll immediately get hit with a copyright strike. But I can try, and the show is called Pause with Sam J. This was 3 years ago. That sounds about right. Let me see if I can zero in on this. Nothing. Son of a bitch. Well, I found HBO, and I found some stuff where she's talking about it. It's clip HBO, Sam Jailer official season. I guess she didn't get a third season. Her staff was, they were extremely professional. They were very nice. Sam J. Cheat Fantasy official sketch. 2 years ago, what that is. Maybe I can find something on the Google machine. Pause with Sam J. No, that's not right. Yeah, she gave me a nice little tumbler. I got a tumbler from that show. A bag full of stuff that was like whatever. They treated us like kings. They drove us around in black cars. And when they were done with us, they all put us on a van, though, and sent us back to the city. They had us around a fake fire. It was interesting. Pause with Sam J. Let's see. Prepper. I think of the title of the episode was Here Comes the Preppers or something like that. Unpacking addictions. Top 5 moments. You know what? Pause with Sam J. Episodes. It'll give me a list. HBO official website. Episode list. Boom. 2021 to 2022. All right, let's see here. Top rated benefits. Let's go to, it's season 1. Let's go to season 2. Season 2. Oh, it was the title of the episode was "The Crackers is Coming." The Crackers is coming. Oh my God, they've got photos. Wow, that's new. Let's see here. Yeah, that guy was a nutbag. I wish I could. You know what? Here, I'm gonna put this. Give you guys a link. That's to the photo that they posted, and that I'm also going to put it in the general chat on the Discord. Here you go. There you go. So there's that picture I found. I can't believe I found that picture. That's amazing. That's amazing. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Sometimes I do things that are stupid. Need to steal that. New. Oh, I may have just screwed up. In 2025, I had planned on frickin' doing something anyway. I applied for the next season of Alone. Haven't heard back. Did the video entry and everything. I'm not really a prepper, more of a survivalist. I got you, Johnny. No problem. It is what it is. Let's see here. These are yummy. I have a friend that freeze dries candy as a business, makes a decent living. Well, doesn't My Patriot Supply sell freeze dryers? Probably, but I wouldn't buy one from them. You're probably better off just buying from a reputable, like a Harvest. I think Harvest is the best brand, and it's Harvest something. I think somebody put it in the chat. They make the best stuff, and you can buy it on Amazon, or actually you can buy freeze dryers at Tractor Supply now. We have all of our moments, our 15 minutes of fame. I got you, Rose. Let's see here. True. That's interesting. That is interesting. What is that about? Yeah, that was 2021. But it's interesting that I found this because I really want to. Where is that list at? Oh, you got to have HBO if you want to watch it. You got to have HBO. Harvest Right. There you go. But yeah, it's HBO. Pause with Sam J. Episode 2, Season 2. And what they did was, so they found us by asking us like what we thought about the Constitution and America and stuff like that. So basically, we knew, and then they called us when they told us we were on the show, and they said that don't worry, this isn't an ambush or anything like that. We just want your opinions on things. We're talking about preppers, and we're talking about people and all this other stuff. It's been a while. Hey, what's up, Irish Prepper? Good to see you, bro. Let's see. That's right. What I was thinking. Oh yeah. And then and I mean they like didn't really tell us anything much more about it. They just said we were in the selection and we're gonna pay for your ticket and we need more information from you and then they paid us. They paid me like $500 to go do this, but they paid for everything else except for my food. And what was it? They paid for everything but the food and the taxi drive to the airport to get to leave. So basically, when they were done with us, they threw us in a van. But anyway, so I was in a hotel, and this was back during that thing we can't talk about. So it was like Mask City, and they actually had to I had to take my own test here and send them a picture of it being negative, and then I had to sign all sorts of affidavits saying that I don't have it and I'm not trying to scam anybody. And then finally I get to New York and get in a hotel. And the next day they tell us they put us in this hotel and it's like in Manhattan. And then they tell us they want us to go to a testing center that is like all the way down on the other side of the city, down by the Statue of Liberty and stuff. And I was like, dude, do you really want me to walk 30 blocks? You want this? You want this done? You have to pay for it. And so mysteriously, they found somebody to come right to the hotel and give us a test. And then the next day they picked us up. The next day they picked us up that evening. So basically 2 days in New York just cause. And then they took us all the way up into the Adirondacks. And then we sat around. Well, we were inside of their production, and the productions on these shows are ridiculous. Hundreds of people are involved. And the what is it? They mic'd us up, and then we sat in our truck, which was didn't have any heat or anything, but they gave us this little poo-poo plate of whatever foods. And then they brought us around the backside of this building when they were going to start filming. And they had this fake propane fire log set up that looks like a fire, right? They had the propane line going to it, and we got us all sat around it in outdoor chairs. And then they started asking questions to people, and she kept trying to instigate like crazy, to get angry white men. She at some point she actually said angry white men, and nobody was biting. Even the two crazy guys. One crazy guy who's in the middle of that picture he was just like, man, I've been living out here on the beach for 25 years. Nobody talks to me. He was just one of those guys that just want, when you go to the bar and he won't shut the hell up and he won't leave you alone because you don't even know him, and he's that kind of guy. And then there was another guy who was part of basically it's a militia, but it wasn't a militia, and their focus was fixing cars. That was their whole thing. Oh yeah, they had an agenda. They tried. So, in my video that they asked me to make, I told them flat out that, listen, it's all about the Constitution. The Supreme Court has been screwing around for way too long. This is all broken. And they knew where I was coming from. And so she ran her suck for a couple of minutes in the very beginning. I was one of the first people to talk, but that was it. I've 1 minute snippet of me talking, if that, where I basically told her, I said, do you have any idea how many laws have been made that were found unconstitutional by the Supreme Court? And she was just like, oh. And then she moved on to somebody else because she knew she wasn't going to get anything out of me, And then the guy sitting next to me, God, I wish I had remembered his name. He's also a former Marine. And he, what is it? You know, we got along real well. That whole day in New York City, we just kind of hung out and bullshitted and drank whiskey from like the top of one of these fancy buildings. It was a good time. It was a good time. But they really keyed up on him. He really did a lot of talking. He really wanted to be like in TV. You know, after the we kept in touch until after the airing, and then about 6 months after the airing of the episode, he called me up. He's like, "Hey, have you getting any callbacks? Anybody been calling you trying to see if this and that?" But he didn't need that, man. This guy. I wish I had his digits, or I wish I remembered his name. To be honest with you, his name was Dan. Dan, the Marine Corps man. I think I called him. His name was Dan, and he runs a drone company in Texas and does all the commercial drone stuff. He's doing fine. He's got plenty of cash. He's like showing me all his guns and stuff on his phone. I'm like, dude, you got some freaking cash. But anyway, yeah. And then after, you know, they had like the dudes that are wearing. They remind me of those rolling killer robots in Star Wars where they roll up and, you know, they double guns. They have like these things that they wear that take the weight off the camera and gyroscopes and stuff, right? And so they were like zooming in, and I knew when they were like watching me, and they had 3 of these guys, and they weren't always watching me, but they were always waiting for me to say something, and I didn't say anything after that. If they, you know, I would speak up from time to time, but that was it. I think I have like one powerful snippet, and that's it. That's all of LP on TV, you know. But and then when they were done, we took that picture, and then you know, it got thanks. Everybody was really nice to us, and then we all got into a van. We were like, "How are we getting out of here?" And they just kind of all shuffled us to a van. And then after that was done, they drove us out of there. They drove us back to the city, and the next morning we got on our planes. So let's see here. So that's my HBO story. Let's see here. What do we got here? Are those old bunkers out in Montana or Utah or where they are? Big community. I saw one of those Doomsday Prepper shows. Those things are huge. That's a big business, man. I don't know how many are full, but they've got plenty. Trust me, they've got plenty. As long as you got money, they've got plenty. You should show up on the TV shoot wearing a full Mira CBRN mop suit with blower and comms. Pastor says walking 30 blocks to New York City would be a good prepping survival story. No, that's too far, bro. Oh, so they had an agenda? Yes, Johnny, they did. They had an agenda, and I didn't fall for it. But I got a great trip to New York, and they paid me to do it. Even got a few free COVID tests. It was great. Oh, I said COVID. That's awful. Algorithms definitely shutting this shit down. Let's see. You shouldn't need a permission slip from the government to live your life how you want. True. This country is not the land of the free. It's the home of permission. Unfortunately, you're kind of right. I like your HBO story. That's very cool. Thank you, Johnny. Appreciate it. It was interesting. It was interesting. But like I said, if you want to watch it and you have HBO, you can watch season 2, episode 2. The Crackas, Crackas, is coming. The Crackas is coming. The Crackas is coming. And she did that from horseback. Gotta love it, man. Gotta love it. All right, let's see. Like I said, I can't see anything else on this, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Let's see. Live stream. We still got those statistics running right there. It's always interesting to hear about the backside of TV shows like that. And the live feed gets cut in 3, 2. Well, wake it up, guys. Do me a favor. Put a 1 in the chat if you love your country. America! I'm going to drink some of this semi-warm tea. I'm going to talk some more smack, and I'm going to keep going because there's no reason to stop. Can anybody give me a reason to stop running my suck? And when you're done putting all those numbers in the chat, do me a favor. Make sure that you've hit that like button if you're not subscribed. Do that now. Check your bells. Get that subscribe bell going. And let's see. What else am I supposed to say? I can't remember. Oh, yeah. Put something in the comments. Put something in the comments. Don't write the word something, you goof. Give us something to talk about because the news is kind of gone dead today. Has anything happened in the news? Let's see here. News. Don't depend on me to figure this out. Why'd it go to news break? News. Space. 62 million under threat of major winter storm sent to deliver season's most. Trump rages at New York City judges and E.J. Carroll to Truth Social Post. Oh, yeah, that should be interesting. Biden warns Anna Biden awards Anna Wintour, George Soros, and Bono with the medal. Oh, my God. George Soros just got the Medal of Freedom an hour ago? What in the holy heck is going on? This should tell you. I need some hot water. I got to cool off a second. Give me 1 second. Put some good stuff in the chat. We're going to talk. Yes, ma'am. From what? The water's not hot yet, but somebody just told me that they gave Hillary Clinton the Medal of Freedom today. Rah! No, it's business stuff. It's not business stuff. Oh my God. I gotta check it now. I didn't stub my toe. I'm freaking pissed. Yeah, we know about Liz Cheney, but this is... Okay, Hillary Clinton. Oh my God. No. No, no, no. Eight hours ago, there's outrage for the recipients of the Medal of Freedom. "18 honorees, including some of the Democrat Party's best-known leaders and boosters. Hillary Clinton, George Soros, Robert F. Kennedy." That's not Junior. Jose Andres, aside from his fame as a celebrity chef, Mr. Andres' philanthropy work became highly visible in the war in Gaza. Okay, whatever. Bono, nobody cares. Ashton Carter, posthumously. Hillary Clinton, the first former first lady, a former first lady senator from New York. Clinton served as Secretary of State. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, Michael J. Fox. Okay, cool, whatever. Tim Gill. Dude, the Medal of Freedom, I believe, is the highest civilian award there is. Medal of Freedom is awarded by the President of the United States to individuals who have made exceptional contributions to the security or national interests of America, to world peace, or to cultural or other significant public or private endeavors. Jesus Christ. Jesus criminy. Well, listen, okay, so for all of you that are upset as I am about this, remember, they will do anything they can. Anything that they can. Oh Jesus, that's hilarious. So I guess their YouTube sensation there. So when you go to, oh, that's Obama White House. That doesn't matter. 2016 recipients. Yeah. So Obama White House Archives hasn't been updated. That's crazy. This is the National Archives. No. Campaign Medal of Freedom. So the National Archives, okay, is the website for the National Archives, not a joke, is https://obamawhitehouse.archives.gov/campaign/Medal of Freedom. All right. So, once again, instead of losing our minds, remember that these people are they're deplorable. In the last this is I'm telling you, man, these are like the death throes of a dying animal. That's what this comes down to. That's what this is all about. Um, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Let's see here, and I'm trying to find out if there's anything magical that comes with this, because you know certain things like if you are the family of a recipient of the medal who has somebody who is a recipient of the Medal of Honor, gentrification, then your family member can automatically be admitted into West Point or the Naval Academy. They don't they have to meet the standards, but they're in. They're going to go there if they want to. And I'm trying to see if there's anything. Because I mean, even Wikipedia should have something there. Recommended President award the medal. These are for donations. Denotes with distinction. It doesn't say. It says there's no process for the award to be revoked. This issue has been raised regarding certain recipients, in particular regarding the award given to actor and comedian Bill Clinton. There's our standard right there, guys. There's our standard right there. All right. Let's see here. I believe the only magic them getting these awards is they get sniffed while receiving the. Yeah, I know. Did you see that yesterday too when he was doing everybody? He pretty much tried to sniff everybody, and the only thing that saved him was that old lady who snuck a kiss on him. That was hilarious. I will have to have a special section in Guantanamo for the medal winners. That would be nice. I did it. It was disgusting. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. All right, guys, let's move off of this. DoD ID card. ID that thing. ID that right? I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. Throw something in the chat that we can talk about that's preparedness or newsworthy, or if you just want an opinion or you need to know my sock size or whatever it is, and I'll be happy to do that. You know, as long as we can maintain a few more this amount of people in here, then I'm happy. It's definitely not as high as it was before, but at this point, I don't care. It's been 2 freaking hours. Let's see here. New gadgets you have seen, you found interesting. Well, and you know, here's the thing I have to do. I get contacted by a lot of companies. Let me ask you this, guys. Let me ask you this. And obviously I want you to put something in the chat. I want you to participate, okay? Are you interested in like commercial grade solar standalone lighting systems? Are you interested in something like that? Because I have been approached by a company, not once but twice, about these solar light systems that are commercial grade. They're the same ones that the cities will buy to light up parking lots where there's not a lot of electricity and stuff like that. The military uses them in their training areas for like if they want to have like a small city or something out in the middle of nowhere, you know, that basically we don't want to run power out there. We just want to be able to shoot stuff up out there, but we need to make it look like a lit up city at night. So they put these solar lights out there. They're actually pretty cool, but I really haven't had it's difficult for me because I started the channel trying to save you guys money. You know, it's like some preppers want the ability to like not highlight themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want people to know that my lights work when theirs don't. That kind of thing. So it's kind of drifted me away from it. If you're interested in that type of video, put a 1 in the chat for me. It's appreciated. It does help. Then if there's enough interest, then I will contact the company and we'll go from there. We'll go from there. You know, I get crazy stuff. Where are we at here? So my next two videos are going to be, believe it or not, this one is not prepper related. This is more YouTube related or family friendly related. Ian's like 1. This is an interesting. A company sent this to me to do a video on, it's no, it's not a sex toy. It's not a sex toy. This is actually a camera stand. But this thing is interesting because we all go on vacation, and we all from time to time think about, like, hey, I really wish I had one of those selfie sticks just for like 1 or 2 pictures or something like that, right? It's a lightsaber. I just realized it looks like a lightsaber. It's even got a button on it right there, man. It's got a button. Oh, it comes off. It's magnetic. It's magnetic. But this is actually a camera stand, right? And what's interesting about this is I like this because it's like a selfie stick / camera stand, and you can, I'm going to turn it this way, you can turn it up like that, or you can lean it over like that, or you can do all sorts of stuff. It's a Luke Skywalker blue. Is it Luke Skywalker blue? No. And this thing goes over 6 feet tall, and it's really strong aluminum on the extendo part of it. Now here's what I like about it. So you're walking along and you just go like this, and it's a tripod, and it's a tripod just like that. And then when you're done with it, you just what is it? I think that locks it in place. I've only played with this thing a couple of times. Why can I not close it? What have I done? Like I said, I've only played with this thing a couple of times. Where's it at? Why is it being such a bitch? Why is it? I hope I didn't break it like right out the belt. Ah, that hurt. But you just close it right up, and then you're just walking along, and it's hard to do because there we go. Let's do it this way. There we go. And there you go. And then it has, so it looked like a lightsaber, right? Why can I not close this the way I want to close it? Like, what is wrong with my ability to close it? Is there a lock I'm not seeing here? Why is this? Oh, it's because I'm holding it right there. That's why. I was like self-locking it myself. I just needed to pull it. I needed to work the shaft. And then this right here is actually that you use to deploy. Press the button to get. No, there's no button. It's spring loaded right here. And then this right here, this is a Bluetooth remote. And then you sync it to your phone, and then whatever you're got it hooked up to, you push that, and it takes the picture or turns the video on and off. And it's magnetic, so it's not like you won't ever lose it, but it's there. And you could stick this in your luggage, no problem, no problem. No, the problem is because of the way I was holding it. All right, because I was working the shaft. All right, and I was holding it to where there's no way, because you just have to pull it up. I was like, it's not moving. And it actually slides across that. And so that's going to be one of the videos that are coming up. This is a neat little doodad to to do some damage with. Where are you? Why is that not going where I want it to go? And it's the clicker is USB rechargeable. So that goes in there. Puts you back in here like this. So far, I haven't actually used it, but it's pretty nifty. The next one is I've got this company out there called Enton Wolf. All right, so I did a video some time ago that talks about, like, if you're going to use, I think I did it. I started talking about it with the bug out bag, the winter bug out bag, and what it came down to was if you have one of those blow up mattresses, it's a real pain in the ass to blow it up. If you blow it up with your body. Then you're going to be exhaling moisture into the bag, and it will condense and it will accumulate, and the mattress will decompress. And then someone's like, well, you know, those things come with like a bag. You can just like scoop up the air and roll it up. And it works pretty good. I said, that's great. But what about if you're using a large mattress? You know what I'm saying? Like the kind you buy in a Walmart that doesn't have its own little thing on it because Walmart's too cheap. You know, that's really the difference. It's about a $50 to $75 difference if you have a pump that is built into the mattress. Yeah, it's a significant price change. Well, you can buy one of these little ones, and they have 3 different sizes. I'm not going to take them all out of the boxes. This is the smallest one, so this is the Air 3 air pump. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's difficult to figure out. There you go. And you just put this on your mattress and so let's could I use that inflator pump on my blow up? Yes, of course, absolutely, 100%. You know what you do in the privacy of your own home is your business. But yeah, I've got 3 of these different. They come in different sizes, and I'm going to be doing tests on all of them and basically doing a full up review on them. They automatically sign me up as like an affiliate, but I'm like, I don't know if I'm ever going to make any real money off of this. So I'll probably just do the video and give an honest review. But as usual, my reviews are my opinion. If they don't like it, they can suck it. Let's see here. That selfie stick is sweet and tripod combo. Well, I will be making a video of that and presenting it as such. Let's see here. Sweet save me the time when she gets a slow leak. Yes, you can just have it ready, man. You can be like, oh, sweetie, ready for action. Okay, so, all right, let's see. What time is it? It's almost 6 o'clock. I think this live stream has ran its course. As much as I like hanging out with you guys, I'm starting to get a little bit hoarse, and I think we've chatted enough. As usual, guys, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up on the way out the door. If you have not done it yet, hit that subscribe button and check your bells. YouTube has been shutting things down. And if you're not a member, guys, listen. I've been trying to tell people about this membership, but they're not listening. I don't know why. I mean, it's always the same 30 people, which I truly appreciate. But here's the deal. You're missing out on so much behind-the-scene content. It's not even funny. And the more members I have, the more I feel I must make you like more wholesome, more prepper-related content. And so, yeah, most of you just get these live streams and a video I make from time to time. But behind the scenes, it's a different story. So do me a favor. If you're on your phone, go find that join button. Go more. Scroll to the bottom, find join, and then go to Doomsday Prepper, because that's the level that has everything. The level at the bottom just gets you emojis. The level at the top means that you have enough money to throw away. But the one in the middle is just right. All right, guys, that's going to be about it for tonight. I shall see you in the next video, which will be probably Monday, a live stream. Stay safe. Have a great day. And as I said, I'll see you when I see you. Bye-bye.